Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Prince Harry has been seen in Britain for the first time in over 6 months as he arrived at London's Royal Courts of Justice to attend the appeal hearing in his ongoing legal battle over police protection. Wearing a dark suit and tie, the Duke of Sussex appeared composed as he waved at waiting reporters, but declined to answer questions, including whether he had spoken with his father, King Charles. The two-day appeal hearing comes after Harry challenged the 2020 decision by the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as RAVEC, which downgraded his publicly funded security upon stepping back from full-time royal duties and relocating to California with his wife, Meghan Markle. Harry was noticeably absent from the wedding of one of his oldest and dearest friends, Lord Charles Vivian, over the weekend, despite being back in the UK. Lord Vivian wed Sawida Kamara at Chelsea Old Town Hall in London in what was described as a private but joyful affair. Among the guests was a notable absence. When asked by the Daily Mail whether Harry had been invited, the groom confirmed, "I don't know, he has a lot on." Vivian attended Harry's wedding to Meghan Markle in 2018 and has been a trusted friend and supporter through numerous charitable ventures, particularly in Africa. His absence from such a personal milestone in Vivian's life will undoubtedly raise eyebrows, particularly given Harry's presence in the UK at the time. Harry's visit knocked both Meghan's podcast and the King's trip to Italy off the top of the news cycle. We recapped episode 1 of Meghan's podcast in a bonus episode you will find earlier in this feed. The state visit of their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla to Italy began with full fanfare and ceremonial precision for which the Italians are renowned, a striking tribute to the deep historical and diplomatic ties between the two nations. The morning began at the Quirinale Palace, where the King and Queen were officially received by President Sergio Mattarella and his daughter Laura Mattarella. On a sun-drenched morning in Rome, the red carpet was rolled out as Charles and Camilla arrived to the sound of both national anthems and a formal inspection of the Guard of Honor. Following a military parade featuring Italy's Army, Navy, Air Force, Carabinieri and the Corazzieri Guard, the royals ascended to the palace terrace to witness an impressive flypast. Italy's Frecce tricolori lit up the skies in red, white, and green, while the RAF's red arrows responded in red, white, and blue, a symbolic salute to defense and diplomacy between the two nations. Inside the palace, King Charles held a private meeting with President Mattarella, while Queen Camilla was shown a collection of antique horsemanship books in the Biblioteca del Perfetti. During their exchange of honors, the king was appointed Knight Grand Cross with Collar of the Order of Merit, and in turn presented President Mattarella with the Knight Grand Cross of the Order of the Bath. The Queen was made a Dame Grand Cross of the Order of Merit of the Republic of Italy. Commenting on Italian Ambassador Inigo Lambertini, the King said warmly, "We are very lucky to have him," noting the depth of his personal connection to the country. Charles added, "This is my 18th visit here," to which President Mattarella replied, "And I remember having you here at the Quirinale before on your visits to Rome." From there, the royal couple proceeded to Rome's altar of the fatherland, where they laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in a moving tribute. Greeted by Defense Minister Guido Crosetto and senior Italian military officials, the king inspected a guard of 200 personnel and paid respect to the war flag of the Granatieri di Sardegna Regiment. With a laurel wreath adorned with the royal ribbon in the Italian style, the king and queen solemnly honored the memory of Italy's fallen. The ceremony concluded with a final salute from the parade commander. Later in the day, the king and queen were photographed at the Colosseum, where they received a briefing on Italy's cultural heritage and the continual restoration of the ancient landmark, a fitting visit for a monarch with a lifelong interest in architecture and heritage conservation. Queen Camilla, elegant in a bespoke royal blue coat dress by Fiona Clare, drew praise for her sartorial nod to history. She wore the Prince Albert brooch, a striking diamond and sapphire heirloom once belonging to Queen Victoria and later Queen Elizabeth II. The piece is estimated to be worth over £8 million due to its provenance and significance. And a happy 20th anniversary to the King and Queen. The PR team is out there continuing their very successful overhaul of Camilla's image from other woman to evil stepmother to the woman who makes Charles a better man. Veteran royal photographer Arthur Edwards tells The Sun, "I have seen their marriage up close and in my opinion it is an extremely happy union. Since their wedding in Windsor on April 9th, 2005, it has become very obvious that they make each other feel very happy and secure. The main thing I've noticed is that the king, who I have been photographing for nearly 50 years, has become a nicer person. Thanks to Camilla, he has calmed down. These days, he rarely gets stressed or wound up about things. In the past, he would get angry if the windows were shut or there was no air in the room. All that pent-up anger seemed to disappear after he tied the knot with Camilla. The couple will mark their anniversary today as part of the 4-day state visit to Italy. Today's plans called for celebrations of diplomatic and military ties with a joint flypast over Rome by the Royal Air Force's Red Arrows and Italy's Frecce Tricolori. The schedule allows more time at each engagement following the cancellation of the planned Vatican stop, originally set to include a meeting with Pope Francis, postponed due to the pontiff's own health concerns. The King and Queen have made a personal donation to the UK's Myanmar earthquake appeal, joining thousands of others in supporting the urgent humanitarian effort following the devastating 7.7 magnitude quake that struck on March 28th. According to the Disasters Emergency Committee, which is coordinating the appeal, more than 3,100 people have died and over 4,500 have been injured in the disaster. On its very first day, the appeal raised £7.5 million, a total that includes matching contributions from the UK government, which has pledged to double public donations up to £5 million. Charles and Camilla, long-standing supporters of disaster response efforts, were among the early contributors. A spokesperson for the DEC confirmed that the royal couple had made a generous donation, amount unrevealed. More Palace in just a moment. Ever notice how the villains often steal this show? All this week, 5 daily trivia questions celebrates these scene stealers with a special Villains Week event. Host Mark Ellison takes you on a journey through the fascinating world of antagonists. From the methodical Hannibal Lecter to the magical Maleficent, the calculating Moriarty to the chaotic Joker, each day brings 5 new questions about the characters that push our heroes to their limits and sometimes make us question which side we're really on. Whether you're a pop culture expert or just appreciate a good antagonist, Villains Week offers something for everyone. Perfect blend of entertainment and education that 5 daily trivia questions is known for. It's Villains Week on 5 daily trivia questions, available wherever you get your podcasts, because sometimes it's good to be bad. In fantastic news for podcasters everywhere, Meghan Markle's As Ever brand is expanding. The Duchess of Direct Marketing may have launched with raspberry fruit spread and flour sprinkles, but the part-time podcaster, part-time cooking show host and dog biscuit baker is making one thing clear. This is only the beginning. Meghan spoke to Inc. about her vision for the brand and its future beyond culinary comforts. I hope that people see that reflected in whatever it is that I'm creating and putting out there. It's just an extension of me. Translating, that suggests watery fruit spread is an extension of the real Megan Sussex. Moving on, a recent video shared on social media offered a hint at what's to come. Amidst the fruit spread jars and biscuit tins, a white planter bearing the brand's distinctive emblem. A palm tree flanked by 2 hummingbirds made a quiet appearance. An insider noted the emblem's meaning was carefully chosen. The distinct shape enclosing the birds and tree was intentionally designed to create a unique and personal emblem. Meghan told Inc., I was building out a very different business plan before meeting Josh Simon, Netflix's vice president of consumer products. The reach from Netflix, coupled with my vision for the brand, felt like it was going to be a really perfect match. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos echoed the sentiment, although if you can pay attention, you can almost visualize himself running away from all of this, noting, we're a passive partner in Meghan's company, and it's a big discovery model for us right now. We know you can't stand us teasing what this exciting brand extension might be, so we'll cut to the chase. Hospitality and home offerings. Meghan is set to face a renewed legal challenge from her half-sister Samantha Markle, who will attempt to revive her previously dismissed libel lawsuit during a court hearing scheduled for the week beginning August 11th this year. The appeal will be heard at the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal in Atlanta, where judges will consider Samantha's claims that Meghan orchestrated a smear campaign against her through the now infamous 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview and subsequent Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan. Samantha Markle originally filed the lawsuits in 2022, accusing Meghan of making false and malicious statements about her upbringing and family relationships. However, the case was thrown out in March of 24 by a Florida judge who ruled that Meghan was expressing opinions protected under the First Amendment. Undeterred, Samantha lodged an appeal arguing that this dismissal was premature and the case deserves a hearing on its merits. A new court filing, seen by Newsweek, confirmed that the matter has been assigned to tentative calendar number 21 in Atlanta during the week of August 11. Meghan is not expected to attend the hearing in person. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and write us a review if you're enjoying the show, and give us those 5 stars there on Apple. And don't forget, you can get this show along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media for just $4.99 a month. They're commercial free, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of episodes of fiction and comedy and drama and trivia and romance, all sorts. Check out the show notes for all the details, and we really, really, really appreciate your support for this show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.